Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. We're here with another starting 11 prediction show, this time for the Wolves game on Friday, I think it is. There's been so much football, so much great football. We sacked Mourinho. Everything's great at the moment, but look, Wolves is going to be a massive test for Liverpool, isn't it? They've been playing really well. Have some good scalps. Obviously, they drew with City earlier in the season as well. We need to make sure we overcome this. And the team that I think is going to overcome this is going to start with the goalkeeper this time, not the right back. It's going to start with Alisson. Look, played every single game for us in the Premier League this season. Only conceded 7. Obviously, there was that mistake the other day against Man United, but these mistakes aren't costing us, and let him make this mistake at that time. He's making just under 2 saves per 90, and whenever he makes a save, they're huge. If you think back to a few of these saves that he's made, and you're just like, these are game-defining saves. These are game-winning saves. These are saves that, especially with the Napoli game, that got us through to the next round, effectively won us £10 million with that one save. His short passing is still unbelievable, and that's such a threat. We all know about Alisson. We all know just how good of a goalkeeper he is. So, move on to the right back. And now, a lot of discussion, maybe you can put Klein in there. I've gone with Milner. All the talk is that he's back, fit, ready to go. And look, Klein did a fantastic job against United, and I'd be happy to see him come back in there. But all the talk is that James Milner's going to come back in there. I feel like for as good as Klein was the other day, and if you disagree with me, please let me know. Please leave me your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts, especially on this right-back position. But I feel like as good as Klein was, Milner just knows how to do that just that little bit better. He knows where his positioning should be just that little bit better, and I feel like we can trust him there. More of an attacking sense. Obviously, Nathaniel Klein's fantastic for when you want to be solid defensively. He showed that the other day. Milner, in terms of attack and play, in terms of being that overload, we have Robbo on the left, we need that overload on the right hand side. I think Milner's fantastic for that, and I mean, he's just solid across the board. Obviously want to get him further up. These goals and assists are from the midfield position. I don't think we will see maybe a cross in, maybe a corner. That was a big thing the other day, is Robbo had to take the corners, and I can't remember who took it on the other side, but they just weren't up to the standard that we need to take advantage of that, and James Milner has that delivery. So I really feel like we'll benefit from having him at right back. But again, let me know your thoughts. Moving on to the centre-back position. Look, with Gomez and Matip still out, it's going to be Lovren in there, isn't it? 5 appearances in the league. We saw him come on at right back as well. We don't want to see any of that. He's just a solid player, isn't he? Look, 64% of his aerial duels getting won, and he's a good player. He's good enough to be in there, and above all that, we have no choice. If he gets sick, what do we do? Do we put Fabinho back in there? Do you go to a back 3? We need him to stay fit. We need him to stay not sick, because that's something that he does all the time, is just get randomly sick. But I feel like Lovren's going to play there. Moving on to the next centre-back, it's going to be obviously Virgil van Dijk, just like Alisson played all 17 games in this Premier League campaign. Just a beast. I say it every single time. He's just so good at football, at commanding the back line, at just being the defender that we need. He G's everyone up. He's consistent. He's keeping the back line tight. He's talking to everyone constantly, and yeah, he's just magnificent. Just his stats, just get them on the screen. I don't even need to talk through them. Just look at them and just, wow, fantastic. Anyway, another player who is absolutely fantastic is the left back, Andrew Robertson, who's just another man, Mr. Consistent, Mr. just unbelievable. If you watch his game against Man United, he just nullified their whole threats on the wing. They're tapping it around him, and he's faster off the mark than them. They have a running start, and he has to turn around, and he gets there before them. His positional awareness to like flick it away. When Fellaini's at the back stick, he's there, he knows exactly where he's meant to be. And you see the contrast between him and United's left back, who's Ashley Young. And you're thinking, look at the difference that he makes. Look at just how good he is. Andrew Robertson's got to play if we want to overload Wolves' wings. We just need to get him in there and just show Wolves, you're not getting past us in defence. And look at his delivery. Unbelievable player. Just again, the 2 assists, and he's going to get another one against Wolves, I'm sure of it. Now, we'll move on to the midfield, and this is where the talking points will come in. So I've gone with Fabinho. I feel like he's just been magnificent. Again, he showed in that United game just how good he can be, just how composed he's getting on the ball, just how fantastic a player he's going to turn out to be. he obviously sat out the start of the season. He's only had six appearances and 2 off the bench in the league. He's obviously sat out quite a few of them games, and he was getting taught the role. He was getting taught what to do. We obviously saw it earlier in the season. This is what we want you to do, and he wasn't quite doing it. And then you're watching him now, and the way he breaks down play in the opposition's third, which is the best part for me. You know how good we are at springing attacks on. When we win the ball back in the opposition third, we go on and we create a chance. That's just what Liverpool do, and we get the bodies up there, and he facilitates this so well. Look at that defensive duels per 90. He's making 8.15. Yes, he's only winning a quarter of them, but that's 2 defensive duels per 90, and that's fantastic. And usually they're high up the pitch. Interceptions there as well, just over 5 interceptions per 90. He's some player, isn't he? Fantastic, and his passing's getting better every single week that he plays. So alongside him, I've gone with Jordan Henderson, and I just feel like, look, he didn't play the other day, and for me, we need to start putting him in rotation. Obviously, I said get him in the other day. What game was that? Was that the Napoli game? I can't remember, but he came in and he just showed everyone, especially the second half, he stood up to it, he just went, I'm deserving of a place in this team, I really am. Obviously, he's only played 7 from the start, and he's come on in 7 games, but his passing accuracy is 90%, which is fantastic, what you'd expect from a deep line midfielder. But his long passing is really good. He's hitting over 50% of them long passes, and if you think you're coming up against, especially in the Premier League, massive centre forwards, and you're hitting them to the likes of Sadio Mane and Mo Salah, not every time are they going to be able to win those challenges. So I think that stat's a bit skewed a tiny bit. But look, over 5 interceptions per 90. Again, another player who facilitates the high press, who gets up there and sticks a foot in early. So I think he's going to be instrumental in this game. Moving on to the attacking midfield slot, I've gone with a 4-2-3-1 as usual, because that's just how I feel. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Naby Keita, I feel like, just wow. He's starting to come into his own, just like Fabinho is, and this is one of the games. I want him to get his first goal for the club. Obviously, we'd have his goal up there if he had one. But he's winning over half of his offensive duels per 90. He's completing well over half of his dribbles per 90. And that, for me, is so integral in breaking down teams like Wolves are going to be. Obviously, Wolves will probably come out of this a little bit more. But I feel like if he can beat that defensive midfielder and open up the space for the front three, and then maybe Henderson's coming up behind him, just what a player he is like, and I can't wait for him to just start getting better, start getting more comfortable in this team, knowing where his roles are, knowing exactly when to go, because he already knew it before he came in, and just, he's so good. So, this is the little contentious bit. Who's playing the front three? On the right-hand side, I've gone with Xherdan Shaqiri. Obviously, comes off the bench the other day. Huh?
10 minutes.
Sorry, yeah. We're trying to keep these short, that's why I asked for 10 minutes. So, got Shaqiri on the right wing, and I just feel like he came off the bench the other day, and he was just brilliant, wasn't he? He was popping up in all the right areas, he just added that little spark of energy, and I feel like maybe we should start fast here. Obviously, we're away at Wolves, and just get him on the pitch and get him hitting the ball over the top, getting him spreading it wide to Sadio Mane, who's playing later, and Salah, who's playing in the middle for me later. And he's just brilliant. He's having 7.74 shots per 90 from a deep line, from a wing position. And a lot of that is deep. He's letting the other players go forward, and he's staying deep. And yeah, you might say, okay, maybe he shouldn't be hitting them from so far out, but he scored 2 the other day. Yes, deflected, but massive goals. I really want to see him start. Then on the other side of the pitch, the only player that we have to play on the other side of the pitch, isn't it? It's Sadio Mane. I really feel like we need cover there. But again, 7 goals, 1 assist. You can't argue with that. The offensive duels, he's making 11 offensive duels and he's winning half of them. So 5 offensive duels per 90. And you think about where them offensive duels are happening, they're usually getting to the byline. They're usually happening and propelling us into dangerous areas. And you obviously saw that with Shaqiri's first goal. He, lovely bit of skill, puts the player on their arse and hits the byline and puts it in. Bit of a lucky bounce around the box and top in. Fantastic. He has to play for me. And then up top has to be Mo Salah. Now, there's a bit of talk. Maybe you leave Bobby Firmino in there. Do you put Sturridge in there maybe? Origi in there? I mean, I don't see how you leave Salah out any game this season. I really don't see it. He's not doing as much running as he did last season. I feel like he's got a lot more in his legs because we're just putting him up against that big burly centre forward and just going tussle for the ball up there. And I really feel like the ball over the top from Shaqiri is going to be massive. He's having 3.68 shots per 19, just under 50% of them are on target. And usually when it's on target for Mo Salah, they go in. You know what I mean? He's hitting a rich vein of form now. I'm not sure if he's still Premier League top scorer, but he's on 10 goals, which is fantastic, 3 assists. Now, let's look at what the team is shaping up to be. Yeah, like I said, it's the 4-2-3-1. Keita kind of a bit deeper, helping out with that defensive stability. Milner on the right back, obviously, and then this front three. And I really feel like that will do the business. Obviously, the midfield's a big contention. Do we put Milner in there and take Fabinho out maybe and put Klein in there? Obviously, leave us to your thoughts, which I'm about to take right now. Any comments, Si?
So on the Klein Milner thing, Miles R says I feel Klein was trying too hard against United. In an attacking sense, doing things that don't come naturally to him. Of course, he can improve, but I would stick with Milner for now.
Yeah, I really feel like I said before, United was the perfect game for Klein to come in. Obviously, he talked about running on adrenaline and the next game's going to be tough for him, and I really feel like maybe Newcastle's the game for that. Obviously, Trent's going to be back in contention for that place in the Newcastle game, so if Milner comes back in, where does Klein get the game time is going to be a worry for him. But it shouldn't be a worry for us because we've shown that he's solid at the back. And I think you're right. I think you saw them getting up to the attacks just a bit too late against Man United. And it didn't matter because they were poor. But James Milner's there already. And so, yeah, that might mean we get caught out defensively a little bit. But if Fabinho can do the business defensively and cover that space more effectively than when PSG away from home, when we got destroyed on that right-hand side with Gomez pushing up, I really feel like he's going to be an integral part of this team.
Cop Out Legend says, why no Firmino, Tom?
Why no Firmino? I feel like he needs a rest, man. And I'm talking about you can't drop Mo Salah, you can't really drop Firmino, and it is mad, isn't it? He's hitting a rich vein of form. I really feel like we have so much talent on the bench, though. Imagine this isn't working, and then you just go, oh, right, it's not working. Let's shift Salah there. Let's go to a 4-2-2-2 again, maybe. And we've got so many options, and you put Firmino in, like we've seen. You can take any one of these off and replace them with obviously, Sadio Mane is a tough one, but theoretically, you push Keita up there, take Mane off, put Firmino in, and just go and start not lumping balls, but hitting the central areas a lot more, whether that be along the floor or whether the ball over the top. I think he just needs a rest, and look, Salah needs a rest as well. We need to start using these people wisely. But you saw the PSG game at home when we brought Firmino on. What a threat to bring on. What a bit of rejuvenation. Same with Shaqiri coming on against United. I don't think he's not. I think he's still going to play a part in this game, but maybe just not from the start. That's my opinion anyway.
Dylan Palmer says, I'm desperate to see Keita central. Looked incredible against Burnley, but he can't impact the game as much out wide. Yeah,
I'd agree with that. I really feel like when he picks up that ball, and like I say, he's stood up against the centre defensive mid, and he just breezes past them. And as a central defender, when you see that happen, what are you meant to do? All you can do then is drop off because you've got Salah next to you, you've got Firmino next to you, you've got Mane about to make the run past you, and he's just so good at literally just picking the ball up and rolling the ball over with his foot and then going. And it doesn't matter what foot you put him on, he's brilliant with it. And you're seeing him taking on a lot more dribbles. And sometimes I get frustrated, maybe you do too. You watch him and you just go, play that pass. But he's putting a seed of doubt into people's minds. He's making them defenders think, I have to step up then. And then if he's doing that, if the defenders think that opens up space in behind. And then the one time that they think, oh, I've got to step up now, the ball's through to Sadio Mane, the ball's through to Mo Salah. And I think you're right, Keita in the centre, he's a revelation there, isn't he? And he's exactly what we've needed at the start of this season. And he's growing into this instrumental player. I keep saying instrumental,
so we'll
but it's true.
Last comment now. Liam Lawrence says, that gives Sturridge a game for me, rest Salah or Mane.
Yeah, and look, again, like I talked about, attacking options. Klopp talked about Solanke and Origi training really well as well before the United game, and he just went, they didn't even get a place in the squad because attacking-wise, we've got so many options there. I really feel like Sturridge going in there, it's hard because I don't think Sturridge is good enough at contesting balls, and that's my opinion. I'd be interested to know yours once more. I really feel like he's better when he drops deep, so then I wonder if he does the Firmino role, where Firmino's kind of here. I wonder if Sturridge in the 10 would be alright, so if Sturridge went there and then Keita there, I just feel like he doesn't offer us enough in that centre-forward role. He doesn't work as hard as Mo Salah does. I don't think he has the confidence that Mo Salah does, and I feel like he'd rather shoot than pass a lot of the time. And I'm not saying that Daniel Sturridge isn't good enough. I just feel like he offers a different set of attributes that I think Mo Salah's better at. I think Bobby Firmino's better at. But you're right, maybe we just bring him in and rest these players. And then I was talking about players off the bench before. Maybe that's what you do. You put Sturridge on, like he scored against PSG, get a goal, get a few little hits here and there, and then once you see him visibly start tiring, because it will happen, you just go, right, there you go, Daniel, good job, nice goal, nice little play, nice little link-up play, because he's fantastic with that. He knows he's a great player, so when there's great players around with him, he can play that pass, he can suck defenders in and then play the ball through. He's really underrated, and that's his skill set, I guess. Like I say, we've got so many options. It's just such a shame about this area of the pitch, isn't it? I mean, obviously you can put Fabinho there and stuff like that, but we need to get Gomez back. Obviously Trent should be back in contention for the Newcastle game, but look, massive game against Wolves, a must-win game. Really, really looking forward to it, to be honest. We just need to go out there and keep the pressure on Man City. We need to go out there and keep showing people that we're going to keep this unbeaten run going, and I think Wolves is going to be a really big test. Probably one of the really underrated squad. Not underrated, but like just kind of undercover. Really, really good quality of players in there. And obviously we're going to know that. We're going to have seen what we need to see and how we need to defend stuff. And if we play anywhere near like we played against United, we are 100% going to win that game. Same with Napoli. If we keep putting in this effort, and every single one of these players wants to keep the place in the squad, because why wouldn't you? There's only two players there who've played every single Premier League game this season, and they argue like we need them both to play every game. Every single other player at this moment in time can be replaced. Really, we can rejig stuff. So Jurgen Klopp's just going, go out there, fight for your place, and I have no doubt in my mind that we will do that against Wolves. But yeah, let us know what you thought of all this team. Let us know, again, right back situation. Let us know who you want to see start up top. Again, we've got such a wealth of players, like I spoke about before. Let me know who you want to play. That midfield, there's, again, so many options in there. Do you want to see Gini Wijnaldum come back in, shift Milner into the centre? Let me know your thoughts. This is just mine. You know what I mean? Everyone has their own opinion. Like I say, give me yours. Yeah, we'll be back with all the post-match content. We'll be in the office doing all the reactionary stuff for Wolves. That's great. We're going to be all hungover because it's the office party tomorrow. And my birthday as well, so yeah. There's one on Twitter because a happy birthday. Nice one. But yeah, nice one, everyone, for watching. This was the Wolves starting 11, and we'll see you after the game on Friday.